Hi gang, I'm Lou from Dirigo Safety, and it's great to be with you again for this roll call of Northern New England law enforcement news. These are presented to you as short and focused police-related news for the Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Northern Mass policing areas. We are looking to get some information to you from these past few weeks that you might not have yet heard. Hard to believe this is already our 14th video roll call news. An example of something you might not have yet heard about: did you know that Wallet Hub just recently ranked the best and worst states to be a police officer? They report that there are over 800,000 police officers nationwide, and using data such as pay, retirement, safety, training, and so on, they have listed each state. The best state to be a police officer, according to the survey, was California, with Alaska being the worst. How did your state make out? Well, Maine was ranked 17th, New Hampshire came in at 31st, with Vermont at 35. Massachusetts came in the first in our service area at the 10th best place to be a police officer in the United States. Next, since 1962, when President John Kennedy proclaimed May 15 National Peace Officers Memorial Day, the week in which it falls is also proclaimed to be Police Memorial Week. As you watch this video briefing, you might just be part of the memorials or remembrances for our downed brave officers and police animals, to include the canines and horses. This year you will see 282 names of officers and 26 canines added to the Law Enforcement Memorial Wall in Washington, D.C. New Hampshire honored some heroes last week, to include Sergeant Bruce Vieira of the Pelham Police Department for the rescue of an unconscious person in a burning car. The driver survived due to the physical efforts of Sergeant Vieira and some Good Samaritans who followed the careful directions of the sergeant. Franklin Police Sergeant Forrest Walker rescued two children from a freezing, turbulent spillway river after the canoe their father was paddling capsized, throwing the children overboard. Jumping into the icy waters, Sergeant Walker rescued first the little girl who was clinging partways onto the riverbank, and then retrieving the floating boy in the river who he thought was dead when he pulled him out of the water. A New Hampshire state trooper had just arrived on scene, and he, with the help of Franklin firefighters, were able to perform CPR on this boy, reviving his stopped heart. Trooper Phil Sheehy was recognized for his heroic actions, extracting a trapped driver from a fiery car crash in Epping. When every second counted, these brave heroes responded to the call with bravery and skill. Thank you as well to the Pelham Police, the New Hampshire State Police, and the Franklin Police for selecting and training such fine people. Speaking of training, let's review some training that is going on or coming up. First, Tall Cop is coming back October 23rd. If you have not yet seen Officer Jermaine Galloway's presentation, you are missing out. His presentation, Tall Cop Says Stop, was created by him, an Idaho police officer since 1997. Regarded as one of America's top experts in various drug and alcohol trends, he has specialized in underage drinking and drug enforcement for more than 15 years. Come see his dynamic seminar about what is hidden in plain sight at our stores that are killing our kids. Since 2009, Officer Galloway has won 4 national awards and 1 international award for his work. He has personally trained more than 100,000 people nationwide. Officer Galloway's many years of experience have taught him one thing above all else: you can't stop what you don't know. Mass Haida will host the Northeast Counter-Drug Training Center at their office in Methuen, Mass. On June 6th for a one-day drug interdiction and conducting the complete traffic stop training. New Hampshire recruits from the Police Academy were featured in training about high-stress simulations ranging from car pursuits to shoot, don't shoot scenarios. Their skills were put to the test in what was considered the maximum amount of stress that could be simulated. Cadets at the Vermont Police Academy were also recently featured as they practice de-escalation techniques, hands-on tactics, personal physical defense, and handcuffing techniques. I also received training notices from the Texas Police Chiefs Association, and I see this week they are featuring a very short roll call type online training about the hazards of driving at night. This training starts with a short video and then reminds us about how the brain processes differently at nighttime, the importance of using high beams when appropriate, keeping the windshield clean and clear of visual obstructions, and so on. Check them out if you don't already get their training. Leominster student police officer Tiffany Craven set the NECC Police Academy bench press record for females when she pressed 190 pounds on her final attempt. Great work, student police officer Craven. I also read an FBI report that there have been an upswing in firearms stolen from automobiles. Might make a good community Facebook-like post or similar community policing reminder to lock cars and properly store guns. The largest source of stolen guns is from car break-ins, and that has tripled in the past 10 years. The Burlington, Vermont police need to prioritize calls as a result of staffing shortages created when the City Council voted to reduce and defund the police staffing in 2020 from 105 officers to 74 officers. Non-life-threatening or non-emergency calls are sometimes not receiving immediate physical police response. This stacking of calls account for 11% of the calls they receive. Crime rates have also risen 23% this year compared to last year. Meanwhile, Somersworth, New Hampshire Police added 2 new recruits, so congratulations to Officer Joseph Pearsall and Officer Connor Glidden, both from New Hampshire, and will be attending the next police academy starting in June. I also learned that the Tewksbury, Mass. Police added 3 new members to its motor unit, so well done to Officers Ryan Sheehan, Mike Lim, and Carissa Edmonds. And of course, you successfully completed the 8 hours of training on those motorcycles. Well done. I want to say hello to Chief Paul Ferland in Winthrop, Maine, and Investigator Scott Arno from the Maine District Attorney's Office, and to thank them for their feedback and advice with these briefings. Thank you as well to Pat for letting me know he likes the videos and finds them helpful. I hope you too like these briefings and will subscribe to them. If you have something noteworthy to pass along, reach out to me. I want to hear from you and to have you part of our future roll calls. You can use the QR code to let us know what you think of these. I'm enjoying your feedback and advice, so please keep it coming. Until next time, I'm Lou. I hope all is well. Now let's get to work.